Look at that ugly arrow. Looks like a piece of turd on the end of a stick. What's up, Roughnecks? This is Pwnsaurus Rex here, and I am going to do a video with the crossbow. We're going to go over the mods, we're going to go over the different ammo, and other things like that. So let's take a look at these crossbows. We've got the iron crossbow, which is the basic crossbow, and then we have the compound crossbow. Those are the two crossbows in the game in this current Alpha 18. So let's take a look. The iron crossbow is 26 damage, 60 projectile, and 87 durability. Now remember, those numbers may change. Not all of them are created equal at the same level. So here's a compound bow. Those happen to be the same, so let's take a look at a different one. So here's another one. See? The damage is reduced 1. So between this compound bow and that one, the damage is reduced by 1. So this is a 32, and this is a 33. So this one is not as good. So those numbers will change. So it's kind of a luck of the draw deal. But this will give you the basic idea of how it's going to work. So here we go. We got the iron crossbow, which has 26 damage. The difference between the iron crossbow and a level 6 iron crossbow is 12 damage and 82 durability. Now remember, those numbers may change. But now we take the iron crossbow level 1 to the compound crossbow level 1, and you got 7 damage, 7 velocity, and 22 durability. Now, the difference between a level 1 iron crossbow and the level 6 compound crossbow, which is where you want to end up if you're going to be using crossbows, is 21 damage, 7 velocity, and 121 durability. So when looking at the mods for the crossbow, there were, of course, the ammo mods, which you can use, which is the hunter, living targets, the blessed metal, which is undead, and then the rad remover to stop radiated zombies from healing. You have the crippler mod, which can be used with the other mods. That makes so if you shoot them in the legs, they have a 20% chance of falling down. It says to cripple a leg on bipedal target. I think that means fall down. Okay, so then you got the sights. We have the red reflex sight. You have the scope ×2 and the scope ×4. We have the structural brace mod, and then we have underbarrel, laser sight mod, and the flashlight mod. Flashlight is self-explanatory, you know what that does, and structural brace just makes it so the durability is better. And then we have the polymer string mod, which makes your arrows fly faster, which I believe, yeah, fly quicker and further with this modification. I believe that just reduces drop. Okay, so let's take the level 1 and the level 6 iron crossbows. Oh, and of course, when you modify these, a level 1 can only have 1 modifier, a level 6 can have 4. You can only have one of these ammo mods or one of these reflex sights at a time. So make sure to keep that in mind when designing what mods you want on your crossbow. Alright, so if I was going to take this and I was going to modify it to try it out, actually, let's go and before we do that, let's go and test out the drop. We will test the drop. Let's see. Are there arrows still in this wall? There are. So let's just collect them and get them out of here. Just in case they look the same. I don't know if they look the same or not. We will find out. I have not had much experience with the crossbow because in Alpha 17, the crossbow was terrible. So, let's put on the stone arrow. Wow, that reload kind of... It's actually not as bad as I remember it. So I'm going to shoot a couple right there at the... Let's actually use the doorway as a... Okay, so that when it reloads, it will just automatically go back into sights. but it takes a second to get your sights in place again. So let's go look. Okay, so it's barely got any drop to it at that distance. That is a sweet distance. This is probably further than you're gonna do in any POI. Right here. And this is just a level 1 standard iron mod. Let's run over there and take a look. Yeah, I mean, that is not bad. We're aiming right here, and it's ending up right in here. So that drop is not bad at all. Let's take a look at the level 6 drop. See if it gets any better. It appears to be about the same from where I'm standing. Let's go take a look. Well, actually, it is a little bit better. That's a little bit better there. Let's take a look at the level 6 compound bow and the level 1 compound bows and see what their drop is like. This drop is a huge deal when it comes to... Ooh. So let's do these on this side so I know for a fact that it's... Man, that's an ugly arrow and such a beautiful bow. Look at that ugly arrow. Looks like a piece of turd on the end of a stick. Jeez, I'm crow. Okay, let's go take a look. Okay, that's got, like, no drop. So, if I was to... Let's just go in here. I don't want to spawn 25. Let's do a radiated, yeah. There we go. Just take this, go all the way back. And then you just shoot. Yeah, we hit them. This is further than you'd do. So, I have no problem hitting him. I don't know if I'm hitting him in the head. So that's all in the back. That's okay, though. I mean, still, the fact that you're hitting him from that far is pretty nice. I mean, you could easily just lift it up a little bit like that. See, I missed because... Yeah, there we go. Okay, so you could easily get used to this weapon and shoot right in the head. And then if you do the level 6, see what happens with that one. Yeah, that's a lot easier. Yeah, I think I just hit him in the head. Yeah, there's like no drop with the level 6. There's like no drop. Okay, so let's go in and put some mods on this thing. Modify. You would of course have that. Maybe you'd have that. I mean, I don't see why you wouldn't. Okay, let's just, I guess, we'll do the rad mover. Okay. I wonder if... see if that actually went where I thought it was gonna go. I mean, that is pretty sweet, you guys. I mean, let's go right over here. Try to... I did. I smoked him right in the side of the head. Look at that. Right in the side of the head. That's exactly where I was aiming. Yeah. There is barely any drop to that whatsoever. That is not bad. Let's go in here and go and take off the scope, put on the red dot sight, and try out the red dot sight. I don't think you're going to like the red dot sight as much as the iron sights, but maybe. I'm not liking that nearly as much. Nope, I'm not. So we just killed him. But if I'm just like... Okay, let's shoot right at that tip. Yeah, you hit it. That takes no drop, and that's pretty far away in order to hit that. Let's go take a look. Yeah, see, we were hitting that pretty good. Whoa. He just blew up into a bunch of bags of crossbow bolts. Alright, so that being said, that is not bad. I would use the crossbow bolt. The reload is a little... leaves something to be desired because you shoot and then you can't run until you... So it's not a close quarters weapon at all. It's not something you're going to use in a POI with a bunch of zombies right in your face because they will smash your face in. It's not something that we can use. I mean, just to demonstrate my point, let's just go in here. And I will pop out. Let's just do... Let's do a couple Arlene's, and then I'm gonna just kill them. Oh, there we go. So, when you're reloading, you can't run. This wouldn't be bad to do, but like on a horde night on the ground, you would just get swarmed. I could take on these ones, but let's... Okay, let's just F6. Let's do 3 Arlene Ferals. Shoot. See, exactly what I was talking about. So I'm not going to die here, for an example. Okay, but that is my example. You just... When you can't move... Because you're reloading, you're going to get killed if you're fighting ferals or at night. So make sure to not use the crossbow at night. But during the day when you're clearing anything, it would be a nice tool to have to be silent. You can do a nice distance with a 4x or the 2x. Explosive. You have the option of being noisy with the explosive. I don't think the explosive is going to be that. I mean, let's take a look. Projectile velocity, explosive radius, block damage. Doesn't do block damage, so it's gonna be just zombies. Let's... This, F6. And then let's go reload. Explosive. I love it. But see, it's just... I mean, these are standard. This is a level 6 with exploding arrows. And it's just not... It doesn't do... I mean, yes. On a horde night, if you were in a spot where they could not get you, explosive arrows would probably be useful. But in a day-to-day, it's not. Fire arrows are nice if they're not going to get to you. The steel, of course, you're going to want to get to the steel because they just... There's a 32 on the normal and plus 13 damage, plus armor, takedown, block damage, and projectile velocity. So the steel is obviously a ton better than the stone. But as far as exploding, that's going to be completely horde night, possibly, if you were in a spot where they could not reach you at all. Alright guys, that concludes the crossbow tutorial. As you can see, it would be useful in some situations, but not useful in others. Anything that you're going to be really close in combat with, you're not going to want to use the crossbow. You're going to want to use something a little bit faster on the reload that allows you to be a little bit more mobile. That's the only downfall I see. It's a lot better than it was in Alpha 17, but it's still not the greatest weapon in the world unless you're silently clearing stuff from a distance. It's an amazing weapon for that. It has barely any drop, so that's good. It's like the Alpha 17 bow. in that aspect with the drop. So, make sure to check me out on Twitch, Monday, Wednesday, Friday, 7:30 p.m. to 10 p.m. Eastern Time. And make sure to subscribe. Ring that bell so you get notifications when other videos come out. And if I don't see you on Twitch and I don't see you on Twitter, I'll see you in the next video.